Hi guys! In this video, we're going to begin our exploration of section 3.1, and it's called Systems of Equations with Two Variables. The first thing I want to do before jumping into how we define systems of equations with however many variables, I just want to motivate this subject with an example. So let's go through it. Let's suppose we know that the average age of two people, so the average age of two people is 60, and the older person is twice the age of the younger person. So we have an older person and a younger person, right? And we know their average age is 60, and we know the older person is twice the age of the younger person. So let's go ahead and lay out some variables. I'm going to say that O will be the older person, and I'm going to say, and what I really mean is the older person's age, and then I'm going to let Y be the younger person's age. All right, so that's the kind of the first thing you always want to do is you want to approach the problem by defining some variables. So we define the older person's age and the younger person's age. The next thing you usually want to do is you want to set up some equations with these variables with the given written statement in the problem. So we're translating these words into math symbols. So the average age of two people is 60. So the average age of O and Y, or rather, we get this formula. Remember, the average just takes two things, or an average of two things would just be adding them together and then dividing it by 2. So in particular, the first equation that we get, I'll call it equation 1, is O plus Y over 2. So this is the average of O and Y. It is 60. That's equation 1. Now, equation 2 comes from the second sentence, which says that the older person is, so I just write O equals, older person is twice the age of the younger person. So twice Y, 2 times Y, because that's twice the age of the younger person. Okay, now we notice what we have. We have two equations that both must be true in order to solve this problem. So this right here, this is our system of equations with two variables. So I'll just note that this right here actually is our system of equations with two variables. So now to figure out this problem, we just need to solve this system. So let's go ahead and do that here. We can see that O is already solved for. So what we're going to use is a method called substitution. In this video, I'll introduce substitution. Substitution. It's a method you can use to solve systems. So what we do is we take the variable that's already solved for, the older person. So O equals 2 times Y. That's why we're taking this equation, because it's already solved for O. So we take equation 2 and we take the part of it that doesn't involve O. So we take 2Y and we substitute that into the other equation in place of O. Let me be a little bit more specific. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2Y and replace O in this formula. So we get 2Y plus Y over 2 equals 60. Now we can see that if we add these two together, that leaves us with 3Y. So we get 3Y, and then we also have this 2 in the bottom, right? This 2 in the bottom will get multiplied. We'll multiply by 2 on each side of the equation to get rid of that. So that cancels here and then there. And then on the right hand side we get 2 times 60, which is 120. All right. Now to solve for y, we just need to divide both sides by 3, and this gives us that y, the younger person's age, is 120 divided by 3, or in other words, 40. So y, the younger person's age, we just determined is 40 years old. Well, I guess I can just say y is 40 because I already defined y as the younger person's age. Awesome. So the last thing we need to do is use this information to determine the older person's age. So I guess that's one thing I left out, is that we're trying to determine both of the ages, the age of the older person and the age of the younger person. I should have been a little bit more clear with that. But since we found the younger person's age, let's now find the older person's age. Well, we know the older person's age is just twice the younger person's age. So the older person's age is twice 40. Which is 80. So we have that the older person is 80 years old. We have that the younger person is 40 years old. We can see that the average of 80 and 40 is 60, because 60 is right smack in the middle of these two numbers. And we can also see that 80 is twice 40, because that's how we just calculated it. So this checks out. We've solved this system of equations with two variables. So that's it for this video. In the next video, what we're going to do is introduce the process that's called elimination. It's another way of solving systems. There's two main ways to solve systems. One way is substitution, the other is elimination. So the next video will cover elimination. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.